Summarize written text. Basically, what you need to do. This one is a topic give you mark for reading and writing. Okay, so you have to read the paragraph, and after you read the paragraph, you need to summarize. Correct. You need to write a summary about that. Okay. Now in your PTE exam, you have two summary. One is called summarize written text, which is the topic today. And the other one is summarize spoken text. Okay. Summarize spoken text give you mark for listening and writing. And summarize written text is reading and writing. So basically they're similar. This one, you read the paragraph and you write a summary. This one, you listen to the audio and you write a summary. That's right. Okay. So I want you to know the differences between these two. Next one. How many questions in your exam? Minimum 2 questions and 3 questions. Okay. What is the time? Computer will allocate 10 minutes for one question. It's the same for this one too. Okay. Right. Now, both of them, they actually similar, not much different, just some of the criteria that you need to remember. So these two. Okay. So these are the different criteria. Now, time cannot carry forward. Remember, if you guys finish early, like I mentioned it, you spend only 8 minutes to finish. You got 2 minutes left, right? Rather, you click next. It doesn't help you because you cannot save the time to the next question anyway. You just need to double check your work. Okay, check your spelling and grammar. Why? Because this one gives you mark for writing. So if you make grammar and spelling mistake, you lose mark for your writing. Okay, so always utilize your time. Next one, word limit. Now minimum is 5 and maximum is 75. Right? What does it mean? It means that minimum is 5 and maximum is 75. You cannot go 76 and you cannot write down 4. Okay? Because again, computer, for computer marking, especially PT, there is no mercy. You need to know that. No mercy. What does it mean? It's marked based on how it's programmed. That's right. So if you make mistake, it's counted. Okay, and if you go over the words limit, every single mistake you make is impact on your score. Okay, right, note. Now this is the topic you remember. You can only use one full stop. One full stop in here is mean only one sentence. You only summarize in one sentence. That's what it means. Okay, that's a challenge. Now I will show you later how do we do it, but don't stress, it's not that difficult. Right, how many marks? It gives you 7 marks for one question. One summary is 7 marks. Compare with this one gives you more marks, okay? And that means this one is more important to your writing. It actually contribute more marks to your writing compared to this one, okay? Right. So that's the overview, and I want you to remember the words limit because this one has a different words limit to each other. You can only use one full stop, and this one you can use more full stop. Okay, so just know the differences. Right, 10 minutes for one question. This is how you need to plan your time. Read, maximum 3 minutes to read the paragraph. Write, maximum 6 minutes to write your summary. And maximum, actually not maximum, but try your best to spare at least 1 minute at the end to check your grammar and spelling. Okay, spelling and grammar. Okay. So what happened? Remember, in your writing you have summarize written text and essay. Okay, this is how computer allocate the question for you in the exam. If it gives you 2 summarize written text, it will give you 1 essay, or it may give you 2 essays. Okay. Now, if you have 3 summarize written text, 90% you get 1 essay. But again, as I mentioned, depend on how lucky you are in your exam. Sometimes you have bad luck. What does it mean by bad luck? 3 summary written text and 2 essay. Okay, so 90% you get 1 essay. That's what I mean. But again, who know that you drop in the 10% that have 2 essay? Right, so be prepared for this. Now, believe me, essay is not difficult. If you have 2 essay, you boost your writing easily because you use the same structure, even though you have 2 essay, right? However, the thing in here is maybe a bit more challenging for you is the time. Yeah, because 2 essay is gonna take you 40 minutes. That's right. So you feel more tired. That's it. And for PT, you said if you have 1 essay, you spend around 2.5 hours. If you have 2 essay, 3 hours. That's right. Correct. Okay. It's just a bit tiring. That's all. That's why people hate 2 essay. But it's not difficult. How computer marks your summary? But summary, remember, 7 marks. Okay. Summarize written text. Now, the most important one is content. What does it mean? It means that is the main idea, the key point, the overall idea. Okay. What happened if I write a summary, but it doesn't have any main idea in it? That means your summary is off track. Now, if your summary is off track, you have 0 for the content. You will end up with a beautiful 0 at the end. Okay. So what does it mean?
The grammar and everything is correct.
Correct, that's right. It doesn't matter your grammar is correct, your vocab good, you write between the words limit. It doesn't care. That's what it means. Correct. Is the most important one is content. Okay. So what I want you to do is I just pretty much give you the techniques, and that techniques will help you to get at least 1 mark out of 2 marks for content. Why? If you get 1 mark for content, you get the rest of the mark. If you have 0 for content, doesn't matter. Your grammar is perfect. Your vocab is good. You get me? So this technique will help you to get at least 1 mark out of 2 for content. Okay. The other mark of content, if you try to get 2 marks, you need to practice a bit more. Okay. And you need to read carefully. Right. So for form, it's a words limit. All you need to do is remember in 1 sentence. Okay. That's how you get mark for this. For grammar, don't worry about grammar. I'll show you how to do it. But the way you write a summary is mainly you're going to use a compound sentence or complex sentences. Okay. So compound sentence, everyone knows it for sure. You use and, but, so, not only, but also, right? Complex sentences, this is a bit challenging. Which, that, although, while. Now, what if I'm not good at grammar? Just use compound sentence. Can you use and? Do you know how to use and? Do you know how to use but, so, right? Use something that you feel comfortable. Because it's going to give you the same score even though you try to use complex sentences. So what's the point to make your life difficult in your exam to do something that you don't feel confident? Because a lot of students try to do this. They try to use complex sentences. Turn out what happened? They don't know exactly how to use which. They don't know exactly how to use although. Right? So you can make grammar mistake for something that you are not comfortable. Okay. Rather, just do something that you are confident. Okay, compound sentence, easy.
So compound complex sentence is called
the same. Yeah, it's the same. Now, the next thing is why I want you to use something that makes you feel comfortable and confident. The reason in here is don't make grammar mistake. Because if you use something you are not good at, right, you definitely make mistake. And you only got 2 marks for grammar. And if you make 2 grammar mistakes, you end up with 0 for grammar. right? That's why I'm saying every single mistake you make is counted in your exam. So I end up with 0 for my grammar because I'm trying to use under, right? It doesn't make sense. No. Okay. If I use compound sentence like using and or but, so at least I get mark for my grammar because I know it very well, right? So don't make grammar mistake. Vocab is pretty much related to your content. Okay. If you do well for your content, you get mark for your vocab. That's how they relate to each other. The techniques in here are gonna be copy and paste. Okay. So you don't have to stress about the vocab at all. Okay. If you get the content, your vocab will be follow with it. Right.
So you use the same vocab of the text.
Yes. So the computer score your vocab is based on the main idea that you have. Okay. And the word. So mainly, so this is what happened. When you think about vocab, you try to use synonym. Right. You try to use synonym. You try to use the word that similar meaning. However, because when you try to do this, what happened? You spend too much time. And you only have 10 minutes. Yes. The only thing that you can do is you copy and paste from the paragraph and put in your summary. Okay? Because whatever the vocab in the paragraph, they are all academic vocab. So that is the reason why I put in here. You just need to copy and paste. Some of you think, oh, this is plagiarism.
So the copy and paste option is there. You can do that.
No, you don't have the option of copy and paste. You just type exactly from the paragraph.
I like this is too easy.
So the technique is copy and paste. That means you copy exactly from what in the paragraph and you type exactly in your answer. But there is no function of copy and paste. No, correct. Okay. Right. Okay. So I just want you to understand about how computer mark that. So now the techniques. Because this is the reading and writing, you need to read first before you write, okay? You need to scan and skim the paragraph. Now, what do you scan and what do you skim? When you are scanning the information, right? Again, the same technique that you learn from reorder. Repeated words, repeated information. That's how you know the topic of the paragraph, okay? So this is the reading techniques, right? Now, tell me, if you are reading something, right? And this is what is shown on the screen. Okay, the first paragraph. I have John, I have Sarah, I have Somi, I have Luke. Should I take the name? Should I include the name in my summary?
No.
No, correct. Why? Because you don't know which one is important, right? Because they give you different names. That means these people, they aren't even important in the paragraph. Now, if you look at the second paragraph, do you think should you take the name or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct. That's right. So this person, like the person name is keep repeating. That means the writer, they want to tell you this is the important person in the paragraph. Okay. Then you need to take the name. That's what I meant. What about this one?
Value state.
Correct. So many different years. Which one I should take? No, I should not take anything. Right? What about this one? Yes, you can include a name in your summary. Okay? So that's the difference. Now, this is the techniques for reading. I need you to remember. If they give you too many proper nouns, many, don't take the name. Okay? If they give you so many different years, right? Don't take the years. Don't take the time. The last thing you need to know is this one. Topic sentence. Remember, when you are reading, how do you know the topic of the paragraph? because they always mention at the beginning of the paragraph. That's all. Okay. It's like when you write the essay, the first paragraph gonna be introduction. That's how you know the topic of your essay, right? So exactly this one. They always give you the topic at the beginning of the paragraph. Okay. Now, it can be supported by example. I will show you this later, but just write down and then I'll explain to you. Techniques is copy and paste, not copy and paste by using the mouse, the function. That's what you use from the Word document. No, copy and paste in here is that means you type exactly from the paragraph. Okay. This is the reading techniques. Let's write down the writing technique as well. If you can, or take a screenshot, I would suggest it's easier, faster as well. Now for writing technique, there's nothing new. You just use the compound and complex sentences, okay? And you can use the semicolon and the comma, all right? And they are different ways to connect your information. If it's similar, you use moreover. If it's similar, you use and moreover, furthermore, or in addition. Okay. If it's contrasting, you use but, however, nevertheless. And if it's a cause and effect, you just use so, as, because, and therefore, or thus. Okay. So these are the suggestions for the writing technique. And I'll show you how we do it. Okay. Right. So this is the notes that I need you to take a screenshot as well. Just take a screenshot and then I'll explain to you. Hold on, let me zoom in. Okay, so basically this one is just a summary of how to find out the main idea based on different paragraph structure and how to put them all together in one sentence. Remember, this is the topic. You have to write a summary in one sentence. So the only one full stop. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter, believe me. You may have 3 paragraphs. You may have 2 paragraphs, or you may have only 1 paragraph. The same position that the main idea will be allocated. It will always be at the beginning of the paragraph. That's the introduction, okay? For in the middle part, in the second paragraph or in the middle, they always the second idea, okay? And the last one can be conclusion, okay? Or sometimes it doesn't exist at any even, okay? So the first idea is always there. The middle idea, the second idea, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not there. Okay. The last idea was the conclusion. Sometimes it's there, but sometimes it's not there either. Okay. But there is one thing you pretty sure is the first one is always in there. Okay. Now, this is the position that you need to look at the paragraph when you are reading. I don't ask you guys, okay, or because Vivian showed me this. So basically what I do, I'll just read the beginning, in the middle, and the end. I don't read these information. No, you have to read from the beginning to the end. But these are the position of the paragraph that you need to pay attention. Okay. So don't misunderstand me because some students, they literally just look at here. That's it. Okay. Now, this is something you need to remember. For example, do you include the example in your summary? No. No, okay? You cannot include the example in your summary. But when you are reading, you need to pay attention on example. Why?
Because the information.
Correct. Tell me. When you write an essay, after you give me your idea, what do? Correct. You give me the example to prove your idea, right? When you explain something, you try to give me example. Why? Because you want to prove your idea. So this is what you need to do when you are reading. You need to pay attention on the information before the example. Okay? You don't take example, but you take the information before it. Next one. Now again, the same technique in reorder paragraph. Connector. Why you need to pay attention on connector? Because it's linked to idea together. Link the sentences together, right? So when you are reading, that's what you need to do. Okay? So when you put them all together, here, this is the one. You copy and paste the first idea. You copy and paste the second idea, the third idea, right? But in the middle, you need to use a connector. So here is a comma, all right? Why I have to put the comma before and after? Because I can only use one full stop. Okay. The reason why I put comma before the connector and after that, because I can only use one full stop. So that's the structure that you need to put your idea. Okay. Now, if you don't like to use comma, you can always use the semicolon, but it doesn't make any difference. However, for semicolon, remember, if you aim for 79, the maximum use is only one. Okay, only one semicolon in your summary. If you aim for 65, you can use maximum 2. Right, but for me, I would use a comma. Better. Okay. All right, now I'll show you how we do it. It's just the technique and things. Where to do it? You need to log into your Iowa. You can check your email if you just enroll. Okay, definitely they will send you the email regarding to your account. Click on writing. Summary written text. We do the easy one first, okay? Because I want to show you how we use the techniques. So for example, they only give you one paragraph like this, okay? So I want you to read through it and find out what is the topic. Where's are the main idea in this paragraph? Read through this one. Definitely sometimes you see so much of the information and the words, it can be overwhelmed, right? But just take it easy. I don't want you guys to read really fast because why? Some students, they just scan through it, and then at the end, what happened? They go back and reread it, okay? Because they don't get it and they don't pay attention. For me, go a little bit slower, but better. Skipping breakfast has the drawback. No mystery and thing. Routinely skip breakfast. And they say about bad timing. All right. Now, occupy my time, self-present a new day. However, connector. Whatever it is, then they say skipping breakfast. Students who skip breakfast. For children, skip breakfast. So first they say student, second they say school children. What does it mean? Example. Do you get me now? Okay. So first they give you the example of student who skip breakfast, and then for school children who skip breakfast. So these are the example. Okay. I'm not gonna take it, but I'll just pay attention on it. The influence of breakfast on mental and physical performance. And then skip breakfast, impaired thinking adult. For both children and adult, blah, 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 blah. A simple bowl of cereal with milk. What does it mean? Why they want to give you the example of the children and adult when they have the bowl of cereal with the milk?
because it's an example of breakfast.
Correct, that's right. It is the example of this one. Skipping breakfast can impair thinking in adult, and then for both children and adult. So they start to give you the example. Correct. Okay. Now we don't take it. I'll just pay attention. That's all. And then a cereal that low in sugar and things like that. Okay. No. Okay. Breakfast then become again. If you see the way I pay attention, I'll pay attention in the middle. I read everything, but I'll pay attention from the beginning, the middle, and the end. Okay. So breakfast then become more of a learned experience than a response to a biological needs, right? So that's their conclusion about breakfast. And if you skip breakfast, what happened, right? So in that case, what are the important information? However, study conducted both in the United States and internationally have shown that skipping breakfast can impact on learning, memory, and physical well-being. What happened next? They give you the example of student. You see that? Okay. And the keywords in here is skipping breakfast. Why I ask you to know the topic? When you know the topic, you need to find the information support for the topic. Okay. You know topic is skipping breakfast. But which one is the information support for skipping breakfast? It has a drawback. It talk about bad timing. And if you skip breakfast, it impact learning, memory, physical, and well-being. So that's the information support for the topic. If you
mentioned in your summarizer.
Correct, you do. That's right. Right, and then it may impact on your mental and physical performance and impact on impaired thinking in adult. Okay, and last one, they conclude about breakfast. How can this be important, right? Now, if I copy and paste, what do I copy? I'll copy everything. I'll show you. In your exam, I think Jason, yeah? What's your name? I'm sorry. Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you said earlier, can you just copy and paste? No, you cannot. You cannot do like this. Yeah. I can do it on the DIY, but you cannot. You have to type. Okay. So what I do, I'll just type, I'll just copy the main information. So skipping breakfast has drawback, right? So what is the drawback? Timing. It's say bad timing, right? So how can I connect it? Especially bad timing. Okay. Comma. Moreover. Actually, however, you see the you however here? I can just use the same. However, you see between it, I put the comma here and then after that.
How many comma you can put?
So depend. You can put as many as you want, but you need to make sure it's correct grammar. That's all. So I put however in the middle. So before it, I need to put a comma and then after that. Okay. So next one. However, now, can you tell me which information I can cut down to make my summary a bit shorter?
Both in the United States International.
Correct.
Sure.
You just need to cut this phrase. Why? Because the topic is about skipping breakfast. You don't have to tell me who filed the research and things like that. Okay? That's right. Fact learning, physical well-being. That's what we do here. Okay. Next one. Where is it? Here.
So you skip the part of the student and the school children.
Yeah, you don't need it. It's example. So when you are reading, you pay attention on example to find your idea, to find the main idea. But when you put in the summary, you don't include example.
Speaking about different age of people, so
Doesn't matter. Because why? At the end, it's still the same conclusion. It's about skipping breakfast. So they just want to give you the detail of what happened for school children, what happened for the student, and what happened for the adult. But at the same time, what happens if you skip the breakfast? So that is your topic. Okay. Right. So let's say I use semicolon here. How can we fix this sentence? Actually, I can just cut this one. Moreover, skipping breakfast can impair thinking in adult and influence and have an influence of breakfast on mental. Because of the influence of breakfast on mental and physical performance. What do you think?
It also influences.
So they say focuses on the influence of breakfast on mental and physical performance, and skip breakfast, they can impair the thinking in adult also. You see that? So that's why they connect to each other. What I fix is I'll just say skipping breakfast can impair thinking in adult because of the influence of breakfast on mental and physical performance.
So you need explain also the conclusion of like breakfast again more.
Yeah, I do. I haven't done this one yet. I will do. Yeah, I will. So that's the second idea. We're done, right? Now the next one. So this is the second idea. You see, one moreover and one however. Yeah. Now the last one. Comma. Then control B. Huh? Yeah. Then breakfast become
more
of, actually then breakfast become a learning experience. That's it. I don't want to include so many words. Become a learn experience. Actually, yeah, you are right. We should put more here. Become, because they comparing, yeah, more than, yep, that's right. So become more learn experience, then respond to a biological need. Full stop. Done. Okay.
here after more
50, exactly. So maximum is 75. Minimum is 5.
for
Do I need to reach to 75 to write my summary? No. Because lots of students think that, oh, they give me 75 words. I try to put more information in it. Okay? But you guys forget, if you aim for 79 or if you want a better score for your writing and your reading, okay, always remember, what does it mean by summary? Do I expect you write a summary is a long summary? No,
No.
it should be short. Correct. It should be short, okay? And this is the paragraph. When you write a summary, you only give me a quarter of the paragraph. Okay? Don't give me a summary that half of the paragraph doesn't make any sense. Okay? Right now, after you have done that, just check everything. Make sure we don't make grammar or spelling mistake. Okay? If you don't like semicolon here, you can use a comma. It's still not good. Okay? It's fine. Because like I mentioned, that you can use one semicolon, then just check